Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, and we are here with Xdefiant, and we've got a couple of things to cover which I'm super excited about here on Xdefiant. We got a bit more of an insight on the Phantoms, some leaks, and I'm going to break it all down. But as you can still see here, still getting into lobbies with that 200 ping. Everyone else is kind of normal, but this is a clan that we're using, the Highwaymen, and it was just set up. It was domination on Rockefeller, which is just mayhem anyway, but it was good fun, so I wanted to put it in because I thought they used the Highwaymen very effectively in this game, and their team just couldn't get it together, but it was fun anyway. If you're new to the channel or you're a returning viewer, hit the like, hit the sub, get involved. Let me know how you're currently getting on with Xdefiant. I'm loving this currently, but there's still some issues. They're not affecting the gameplay, but there's issues within the game, and I'm going to break some of those down for you just to kind of give you an insight on where the game is currently at, and we'll go through some of the leaks and some of the changes that some of the developers have gone through as well. Now, a lot of people in the comments have been saying the arena map has been popping up. I never experienced it, and you get thrown into a different map. Now, it happened to me, and you'll see it come up right here. So arena loading up, I'm like, cool, great, no problem, to play domination. And it turns out that when I did get into a game, it was a completely different map. I can see why this might be frustrating for people, especially when you load in, you don't know what to use. You might be using a different faction that you may intended to do, and then boom, you're into a different game. But that's an issue, and they think they will resolve it. Now, this isn't a game affecting issue. When I say that, I mean the playability of the game. I think the game is running quite smoothly right now, but right this instant there's still those kind of outsider bugs that are causing problems, and just more so irritation to the gamers who are playing this as well. But look, that is one or two things. Let me know if that's something that's been really affecting you. That's the first time it happened to me at any stage since I heard about it, which was today. So it's absolutely not like a huge thing for me, but some people have been affected by it by a really high margin compared to others. But look, I wanted to go through the Phantoms, and that's the biggest thing that I wanted to break down. I heard a lot of people going off on the Phantoms that was nerfed down to the ground, and they don't play the same with the movement buff and everything. But Ace goes in and explains this. He was asked a question about it, and he said, you said the health change and regen nerf was enough, but as I explained, the health change was not really anything for the Phantoms. It was just disproportionately affecting some weapons. So then it reduces that to is 1 second regen delay enough. And I think that's the smallest part of the change. The movement change was really needed. So people were kind of having this back and forth with them regarding the Phantoms, because they were extremely OP. Everybody uses them, and it's usually like if you're getting shit on, you might jump onto a Phantom to give you a little bit more extra health. Let's be honest, if you're a casual player. But he goes on to explain this, and I thought this was very insightful, and I hope you do too. He says, let me explain the HP change. Its intention was not to change anything about the functionality of the health buff. It was impacting some weapons more than its desired intent. Let's use the Lovac for example. Previously, the Lovac did 6 shots at 120, one more doing 119, then required another shot to kill a Phantom player. So when you're looking at these across the board, we decided that the 115 to account for that majority of these cases. So it's more of a buff to those weapons than it is compared to the other weapons. And I totally understood that when I read that, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense. And the movements, they are supposed to be a tanky build. Let's be really honest, they're supposed to be a tanky build. So I think, that's a great explanation of why they reduced the health for the Phantoms anyway, because some weapons don't do all that damage. Now, you could argue the point that there's attachments in there, or there's different barrels in there that will give you more damage, but you have to take a hit on some other aspects of your weapon. But it doesn't do anything for the player who's using the Phantom. You're kind of OP anyway. So I think that balance and that nerf and everything that came with that faction recently, I think it was a healthy thing for the game overall. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about those and how you're currently finding the Phantoms. Now, the next thing is the leaks that have been coming out about Xdefiant, and I'm really excited. The first thing I want to bring up, just to kind of give you some details on it, is the year 1 roadmap, the new one. If you take the middle section on season 3, you'll see prestige, faction mastery badges, and obviously look at new ranked rewards. That is very important, because these leaks, even though they were taken down off X, they were taken down from everywhere. Essentially what they were saying is that we're going to have a prestige system, which we all know we're waiting for. But what we're also going to have is weapon prestige. We're also going to be having clans, not these little like markers in your name clans, an actual clan functionality within the game. You can join up with friends or people from a community, get in there, and you can get rewards for your clan. You can get rewards for unlocking certain, you know, cosmetics, and also we'll have a faction character prestige as well, which seems super cool. So there's a lot coming to the game. A lot is coming to this game, so it seems like that's the next direction. And if we take the timeline into consideration, we should see that on the tail end of season 3, more additions coming to that prestige mode. Obviously we have a traditional prestige that's going to be in there, but to see that character, weapon and faction prestiges coming in, I think is a big thing, alongside those kind of clan tags and clan factions that are going to be coming, which opens up doors for tournaments. It opens up doors for end of season rewards if your clan has done a certain amount of objectives or got a certain amount of kills, or wherever the challenges may be coming to for that clan or your clan. And I think it just allows the grind to be more effective in the game and more satisfying in the game. I feel like there's not much of a grind outside, obviously we all know, which is just the camo grind and the weapon grind for the new weapons that we have. But there doesn't seem to be much else after that once you complete all the weapons that you enjoy playing with. And if you've done the latest weapons that have just come out for season 2, you're kind of back to square one. And they are trying to bring a lot more into the game, I can understand it. So I feel like that would be when Xdefiant would start to kick off. Now, regarding kicking off, it does depend on, you know, where the player base is currently at that time. Because when they come in to the equation of what's the player base like, you know, it always comes around, is the game going to live, is it not? But I'm just well past covering that. I think when we get all those prestige elements into the game, as well as the clan factions and having more to do with your factions, I feel like this game will really go on to its heights, and we'll see huge boost in what the game's review would be after that time. So I'm super excited to see it. But look, at the very end of the day, Xdefiant I think is in a really strong spot. I'm really enjoying the game again. I've very little to kind of go on about outside of the faction challenges and the 1 or 2 little bugs that we've gone through. But other than that, it's all been good. I really want to know what you guys think of that information, of those leaks. Would you be excited to see, like, you know, a clan challenge come into it, you know, faction prestige, weapon prestige? How would you find all of that, and what else do you think needs to come to the game to really take it to the next level where it should have been at since the launch? Let me know down in the comments. And guys, I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Could have watched any other video, but you chose this one, and I'll catch you on the next one.